I think it is a disgrace that Australia only has 13 flagged vessels. Like I was looking up some numbers on the bus. Did you know that the United States has 2,100 ships? This is merchant marine commercial vessels. Norway has 1,800. The United Kingdom has 1,300 vessels carrying the English flag. The Germans have 3,000 ships carrying the German flag, civilian ships. Italy, Greece, Korea have many more than us. I mention them because they're all first world countries who pay proper wages, who manage to exist in first world tax regimes. They all have many more ships than Australia. I discovered Switzerland has 405 ships carrying the Swiss flag. Little technical point about Switzerland, it's landlocked. We are an island. We are the biggest island in the world and we have 13 ships. Now the reason why I think it's a disgrace is one, businesses in all those other countries can pay their seafarers properly and run profitable shipping businesses. Two, it's called national security. The government love to wrap themselves in the flag over, what you should wear on Australia Day, but they're asleep at the wheel when it comes to Australian seafarers. So we believe it's important that Australia has a trained source of seafarers in the unthinkable event there should ever be conflict. And the government might say that could never happen. Well, they're big on history lessons. I just say we need ships in Australia, other nations that can economically run a shipping service. And I want to put this point too. Anyone who drives up the Bruce Highway, you see the trucks. You look at the congestion. Well, long before we had the Bruce Highway, we've got the Blue Highway, the seas around Australia. Shipping is economically efficient in terms of fuel, in terms of climate change, in terms of congestion. So if the rest of the world can run ships, if we've got the Blue Highway around Australia, which is there all the time, doesn't need resurfacing, if we care about our national security, I make no apologies for being an enthusiast to look at policies to increase the number of ships carrying the Australian flag at their stern. Sorry? Oh, listen, I'm not rushing into a particular answer. I mean, a lot of those ships a lot of those countries have shipping companies. This argument that the government puts up that the only way they think you can have a shipping lines in Australia is to buy it's rubbish. How is it that other first world countries can maintain massive fleets of civilian shipping and our country, we are such a soft touch compared to the rest of the world? I'm sick and tired of literally decades of economic rationalism saying that you can't have a seafaring industry, it's all too expensive. Well, the rest of the world hasn't given up on their seafarers, only we have. If Switzerland, they're landlocked, they've got more mountains than they've got ports, and they can have 405 ships. Why is it beyond the intellect and the imagination of Australia's business community and Australia's political leaders on the right wing of Australian politics not to have an Australian ensign at the back of the sterns of our ships?